Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of donHaize Reacts. We are going to be reacting to Killjoy's top 10 Divinity Original Sin 2 tracks today. Now, for me personally, I love the Divinity Original Sin 2 OST. In fact, I would go as far as saying it's probably one of the best OSTs ever made, simply because of A, the diversity of the tracks, but also the consistency. Pretty much every single track on the OST for DOS2 is a banger. I highly recommend you guys check that out in your own time, but today we're going to be narrowing it down to the top 10 from Killjoy's list. All of the music in this game was composed by Borislav Slavov, who did an absolutely fantastic job of this OST, both in creating atmosphere and creating just incredible tracks that I often listen to in my own rotations. I do have a couple of predictions of what I think Killjoy may have chosen and what I think are really banging tracks. Broken Shackles for one. The main theme is absolutely incredible. I'd be surprised if it wasn't on this list. Rivellon, probably one of my favorite. Actually, I think it is my favorite track of all the Divinity Original Sin series. And then Fort Joy, or as we like to call it, Fort Killjoy. So folks, without further ado, no more guessing. Let's just get in and let's hear what he's come up with as his top 10. I'll be keeping notes throughout just so that we can review at the end. But yeah, let's go. Oh, a very bouncy theme to start off. This is Ifan's theme. It's called Mead, Gold and Blood. So let's start things strong with this wonderful piece. Recorders and flutes are the name of the game here. These play the melody while you can hear the string instruments underneath being plucked, as well as what I think is a cello playing some deep swells. I am going to be reading the system messages as we go throughout, just so I can portray his thoughts. It's just such a very happy, bouncy theme. This is tavern music basically at its best. Just the recorder, the flute is. When we get greeted with the empty part of the track that allows some of the string instruments as spotlight, a lovely use of delay here to add that haunting sound. Back to the theme, just a really perfect transition there. Bam! So now we're firing on all cylinders. Listen to those new strings that add tension, bringing the track to life. Not only do we get the strings, but as things progress we get introduced to some powerful brass that just takes this track to a whole new level. I mean, this is a solid choice, is it not? A really solid opening track. It's a very interesting change there, isn't it? That complete change of the track. Change of pace, change of instrumentation, but it still retains that theme, you know, that really heroic tavern brawl style of music. And it keeps things fresh as well as the track, you know, progresses. Da, 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 da. You know what, that's a track that I actually haven't heard for a very long time, since we last played Divinity Original Sin 2, which probably would have been about 3 years ago now, and that is a solid choice, my friend, a solid choice. Hats off to you. Very well played, very well played. Let's go in, change of pace now, much slower track. I love this song. So this is the main theme that I predicted. I'm surprised it's at 9. I figured it must be on this list, but I thought it would be lower down on the list, I'll be honest. I mean, as far as main themes go, this might be one of the best main themes out there. It's so angelic. It's like, it's a long one as well, so it goes through many different phases, this track, but oh my god, it's just beautiful throughout. What a way to introduce your players with this main theme. You can't do much better than this by building up the track with some incredible vocals. It just gets better from there with every instrument adding and building on the track. And that's very true. There's probably about 3 or 4 different phases in this track, each getting like louder and more progressive. It's a really, really well created track, and there's no bad points in it. It's just beautiful throughout. You got that vocals, the vocalization comes back later on, and it's just that very heroic, triumphant like da, 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 da. A change of pace here with the clarinet and flute taking us on a small journey before we hit with the full force of the main melody once again. And Divinity is all about the journey. It's just such a really solid like theme song because it kind of portrays lots of different emotions as the track progresses. It's like your ups and your downs, like your heroics, and then you got your sad, melancholy aspects. So we rotate back to the main melody, but with powerful strings acting once again as the driving force. You can hear the flute and vocals punching through, reminding the listener of the theme. And to top it off, we get those loud and proud brass instruments coming in to add that cherry on the top. You never lose that theme, like almost no matter what stage you are in the track. It's like much slower, but it's still kind of there. It's a slower pace. Then you got the vocals coming in and harmonizing as well. It's got the piano still doing the main theme behind it all. What a finish. I mean, there's no way you can tell me that is not an incredible theme. Like, when you boot up into the game and you're greeted with this, you know you're in for an epic adventure. And this bit here, oh my god, so good. The flurry on the piano. It really is that, whatever that thing in the background is, it's gorgeous. It must be a string of or a brass, but oh, it's divine. Which, you know, is fitting. It's a very angelic piece, which is, you know, it's perfect for the namesake. Alright, what's next? Oh, okay, yeah. So this is a very out there track. This plays at 2 very specific locations. So this is Beast theme, the Queen of the High Seas, but it also plays as in a tavern piece as well. And my god, when this track comes on, you really notice it. It's a very grab your attention, jolly track. So a change of pace with this one. Sea shanty meets poker vibe. Different instrumentation makes this track stand out like a sore thumb, and the kind of thing you would expect to hear in a pub in a game. Nice use of harpsichord and accordion. The whistle is a defining feature of this one too. That's so good, like the way that just comes in now is beautiful. Back to the theme. Just a very jolly upbeat track. I mean, it's a really good fight scene as well, and you got this playing in the background. It's just mwah, beautiful. This is a really cool little flurry as well. Love this. So there are some crazy dynamics in this track. First, a loud section with every instrument under the sun being played, followed by a calmer section of harpsichord that then launches straight back into another loud section. Great stuff. Bam, 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 bam. What a great theme for one of your characters as well. I mean, even more fitting that he's a sailor. So it's like, yeah, like you say, very much a sea shanty that's very fitting with the character as well. It's not just random. Another solid choice. I mean, the thing is, you can take any 10 tracks in the whole of the OST and you're not going to go wrong with the top 10. Well, Quirky Bones. Okay, so this is an interesting one. This is a short track, but don't let that fool you into thinking the track is simple. There's a nice mixture of instruments here. Listen out for the clever use of rhythm in this track. Every instrument is carefully timed to create a beat. If you count 1, 2, 3, 4 in time, it should make more sense. And if it doesn't, just wait for the drums. Dun, dun, dun. So Quirky Bones, I think this might be Fane's theme? I could be wrong, maybe it's not his theme, but I know it plays when you do meet Fane. I like all that. And then drums come in, it's just nice touch. And I would say of all the tracks, this is probably the weakest one of them all so far. Oh, nice. This is Something with Source, I want to say. Oh, Reflections from the Past. Okay, different track than what I thought it was. Whoops. When you pick different tracks and it turns out a different version of the same one, those of you with keen hearing will hear that this is indeed the same track as number 10 from this list. Well, it's not identical and is a stripped back version. In fact, I think this is the battle take on it. Oh, that hype, is it? Or I don't know what that is, but it's gorgeous. Down, 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 down. I do actually prefer this stripped back version. I find it's good thinking music and ideal for battles. The tension is always there while you work out what the next attack will be and who's the target. So whilst this is a good track, again, I think this is probably one of the weaker ones on this list so far for me, personally. I definitely think 10, 9 and 8 were very, very strong entries. And whilst I do still love these tracks, I don't think they're quite as strong. Okay, so let's look at this message. So I love how haunting it all gets with the vocals and the use of echoes. The plucking does wonders here. The strings on the whole up is perfect. And here it's very like a much darker track. This one, a lot more harrowing than the previous. The other ones, like at the start, were very jolly, very upbeat. Dancing with Source was the other track I was thinking that kind of had a very similar start, which I thought was this one, to be fair, but maybe it's not. Well, clearly it's not. But. A good track. Maybe not where I would put it personally. Oh, Lohse's theme, or Lohse's song. Oh, I was not expecting that. Sing for me, yeah, that's it.
Come to me, the night is dark. Come to me, the night is long.
That's
Sing for me.
This is a great track. So one of the best ways to end a quest I've ever seen in the game. Not only a great storyline, but once you're done, you get blessed by this. This is basically medieval pop music. So when you complete Lohse's entire quest line, she's basically comes out with this track. She plays it in game. It's really good, really good. Took me and Levi by surprise when it came through. A very unexpected but very beautiful way of ending a quest line. So I think there is two versions of Sing For Me. I think there's the pub version and then there's Lohse's when she sings it. And this is the one where she does the singing. But it's a solid choice. I have to be honest, I think the main theme kind of tops this for me. And track 10 as well. I actually forgot to write down what track 10 was. I'm so busy like enjoying the moment. Oh, it was Ifan's theme. Blood, Mead and whatever something. They're calling you.
Listen, you do know me. Listen, swing and roll me. Listen, I'm calling you.
Yeah, good choice. Again, I still think main theme is up there. Very interested to see what the last 4 tracks are going to be, because for me, main theme is definitely up there. I think Ifan's themes also should be further down this list. Oh, Rivellon, of course, thank you. I'm glad you put this on there. For me, Rivellon probably the best track. This is the heavy version, or the normal version. There is a light version to this track, and for me, light version edges it, but fair play, he's gone for this one. I mean, this is the most beautiful tracks. It's too short in my opinion, but what you get. Oh boy, what a wonderful tune. That flute hits my soul every time I listen to it. It's beautiful. I think it's best when you listen to this and just enjoy every detail. My words cannot describe just how great this is. Oh, I agree. It's heartfelt and it plays in a very, I guess, heartfelt time, but also it's kind of like the main theme of an entire area. So you do get it in like bits and spurts as you play the game. Okay, so he has recognised that. So there is another version known as light version, which is also amazing, but the build up and release in this is just too good. And all the little instruments coming in now as well. Just a final little, just massive brass comes in and just blows your socks off. I mean, what's not to like? It's just so heartfelt. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. There's almost like 2 or 3 different themes playing all at once, and it's just an overload of the senses. So incredible. Just too short, and then nice little ending as well. Oh, the violin. Gorgeous. I could do with that track being like twice as long. That's all it needs. I think that could be a #1 track for anyone. It's just the length, just too short. Not enough. Alright. I know this track, but I can't remember the name of it. Amber Ale. This reminds me of Sing For Me, actually. Oh, very similar to like the Queen of the High Seas as well. Da, da, I don't remember this track from playing Original Sin 2, but wow, it hit me hard. This is one of those that get better and better as it progresses. Keep an ear out for the flute, it goes hard. Da, 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 da. And it is a good track, to be fair. And again, it is definitely up there for, should be in top 10. I don't think it should be 3. Over Rivellon? I'd say no chance in hell, but there we go, that's just me. But it is good, I can't disagree with it. It's a solid choice. Very different phase to this track. I have this gut feeling that this track started as a jam and ended up becoming a track in the game. The flute playing really feels like someone freestyling over the rest of the instruments. Gives it all a bit more of a human touch. It is pretty cool. Flute or recorder or whatever is playing in that that lead role. It is good, there's no denying that. Is it better than Rivellon and main theme good? Leave that for you to make your decisions, but for me, no chance. From this point forward, the track goes into overdrive. Each instrument gets its own focuses and the dynamics of this track hit their peak. I do remember this bit specifically. That is so nice, man. I think this could be a top 5 track. I'd have a hard time putting it at 3 over some of these other tracks on this list. I mean, even Ifan's theme I think should have been lower on this list. Lower as in closer to 1. Lower and better. It is very close to the Queen of the High Seas in ways, isn't it? And it kind of has that element of like Sing For Me as well. It's a good track, it's a good track. Can't deny that. Alright, so are we going to see Broken Shackles? I think that should be number 1. Well, as we got Fort Joy. I don't think that's going to make it. Oh, Reaper's Coast? That's not on here. The Divine's Lement. Okay, I don't really remember this track. Divine's Lament. Like, I recognise the theme, but I don't really remember it. This is probably the nicest track in the entire game. I don't remember it, but after listening to it a few times, I now love it. The plucked guitars with the violin over the top is perfect. We then get the most incredible woodwind and flute sections. And it's definitely that divine, angelic. Dun, dun, dun. I know where it. I remember where it kind of plays as well in sections. And it is a good track. It's a good track. I'm just surprised I don't remember it as this track. What on earth is going to be number 1? It's not going to be Fort Joy. Broken Shackles is a really good choice for number 1, in my opinion. I know he likes that track. He responded to it, reacted to it quite well on my own top 100. Lement is an expression of sorrow, and the guitar parts alone do a fantastic job of conveying that. In fact, all of the string sections do a wonderful job of tugging on those emotional beats. The woodwind and flute seem to have a whimsical feel about them. So I think with this track, there's like, it has really good and a very beautiful melody, but it almost feels like there's like an instrument or two missing. I know we're not quite at the apex yet, but it's doesn't have the same impact as main theme had for me personally. I mean, this is good. I like this. Like this part, and I get the whole sorrowful side of things. It's not meant to be a joy and a bouncy, happy song, but there is so much going on in this track, but the main guitar parts never change. They keep the whole thing grounded. All the heavy lifting is being done by the violins and the woodwind. And it's another solid choice, fair play. Because this is not a track I'm too familiar with, I'm just kind of absorbing it all. So Long Trees, actually, it has that going for it. It is a good piece. It's the gift that keeps giving. There's like lots of elements to this track, that's for sure. I have no idea what his number one's going to be. It should be Broken Shackles. I doubt it will be. Reaper's Coast. I don't think that's a number one track. Thought Joy. I don't think it's made it. Which I'm surprised. Thought Joy. I would have thought would be on this list, but I don't think it's a number one track. I actually can't think of what else would be number one. I'm stumped. Honestly, very curious. Okay, it's a good track. Dancing with Sauce. Okay. Okay. Dancing with Sauce. I thought this track sounded very different in my head. Okay. Clearly I don't know this track as well as I thought I did. This is the only song that stuck with me after my first playthrough of this game. And when I mean stuck with me, I mean humming it for days after I finished playing. It's got a catchy riff played on a tambura. There are 5 versions of Dancing with Sauce, but this is the one I had selected. It's by far the best battle theme in the game. It's catchy but also dark. There are elements of this track that reminds me of music from the Diablo series, but that's more tone and some of the sounds, rather than what's being played. It's very harrowing, isn't it? It's very dark. See, for me, I love the cello. Cello as an option to select your music just hits harder in my opinion, but there we go, that's me. We all have our preferences. The way the instruments are being played here adds a level of tension. That one guitar playing the same note holds that feeling for as long as it lasts. Afterwards we get some wonderful playing on the tambura. It's a solid track, man. I hope you've all enjoyed this top 10 tracks for Divinity Original Sin 2. This game is great and so is the soundtrack. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. I will put a link to the original video in the comments section below and also in the description, so if you want to check it out uninterrupted by me, then by all means it will be there. This is a good track. Not my personal choice for one, but it's good. That reward definitely goes to Rivellon, in my opinion. I think that is everything, folks. It is. Well then, folks, thank you for sticking with me as we go through that. I'm going to go through what I thought and my summary of this now. So, right. So we at number 10 we had Ifan's theme. I really liked that. It was a solid start to the list. I personally think it was a little bit too high up on the list. I think it needed to come down a bit. I think that track honestly deserves to be a top 5 potentially. The main theme is easily a 2 or a 3 on this list, I think. And Rivellon in at number 4, that should have been number 1 in my opinion. Personally, that's how I would put that. Queen of the High Seas in at number 8, that was a really good track. That was Beast's theme. Just very sea shanty, very happy. Yeah, bouncy track. Quirky Bones, I'll be honest, not my biggest fan. I'm not the biggest fan of that track. It's still good, don't get me wrong. It's still a really good track. But for me, I think that one was probably the weakest of the tracks. Reflections from the Past, also not bad, but also probably one of the weaker tracks for me personally. Sing For Me, Lohse song, an absolutely incredible ending to a fantastic storyline and quest line for Lohse. Yeah, that's a good track. 5 is probably the right place for it, I think, in this list. Rivellon, number 4, I say that should be number 1 in my opinion. Amble Ale, I really like that track. I think that should have... Maybe that should have gone... I don't know. That was an interesting track actually. I don't know whether that needs to go higher though. It's a little bit. Divine's Lement, also good track, and then Dancing with Sauce. Again, both those tracks are really good. They're not the tracks I think about when I think Divinity Original Sin 2. I think if I was to order this, I think I'd have to put Rivellon at number 1. I think Main Theme's number 2, man. I really do. And I think of all of them, I think Ifan's theme maybe 3 on this list. Amble Ale probably 4, Dancing with Sauce 5, Divine's Lament 6, and then you've got Sing For Me 7, Reflections of the Past 8. Oh no, sorry, you'd have Queen of the High Seas at 8, then Reflections of the Past at 9, and then Quirky Bones at 10. That's how I would order them personally. There's a couple of tracks that I think personally are really missing from this list. Broken Shackles is one of them. What a track. I think that's the Shadow Prince's theme song. And it is, I think that would be number 1 for me personally. Reaper's Coast, I think really should be on this list, especially the cello version. And Fort Joy, or as we name it, Fort Killjoy. I'm surprised he missed that one. Not only for the namesake, but also because of the track. I think that should have been on this list as well. I think that could have easily replaced something like Quirky Bones or Reflections from the Past. Even Sing For Me, to be honest, I would rate it over that. But hey, this is his list. I'm just reacting to what I think. Overall, I really liked it. And to be fair, it did kind of reintroduce me to tracks that I had forgotten about. I think of all the surprises, Ifan's theme, I did not expect that one to be as hard-hitting as it was. I remember the track. I don't remember it hitting that hard, but maybe it's because I'm listening to it in isolation and not consumed by whatever's going on in screen. Yeah, a very good list. Very, very impressed with it. I liked the list. I didn't agree with all of it personally. Definitely think some reordering could have been done, certainly from my tastes and interests. But that will right about do it for me, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this session. Do please hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Hit the subscribe button if you want to stay up to date with more content like this. And also let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you think, what kind of ordering you would go, what your favourite tracks are, that kind of thing. Let's have a discussion. Also, don't forget to go to the engineering bay if you want to see more content like this as well. Obviously, this is his video. I'll put the links in the description and the comments below so you guys can listen to that without me talking over it if you so wish. And I highly recommend you go out and check out the entirety of the Divinity Original Sin 2 soundtrack. It is awesome and well worth it, I can assure you. But that will do it for me, folks. Thank you for tuning in, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.